Hello everyone, welcome to Exam Assure. The Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission has recently issued a notification for the post of Assistant Director of Town and Country Planning and another post for Assistant Planner at CMDA. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the examination, the posts, its eligibility criteria, have an overview of the syllabus, look at the exam pattern and marking scheme and important dates. So the two posts, one being of Assistant Director of Town and Country Planning has 3 vacancies and the post of Assistant Planner has 6 vacancies. Both these posts have a pay scale of level 22. As far as the eligibility criteria with respect to age is concerned, the candidate shall have a minimum age of 21 years and maximum age of 32 years as on 1st of July 2025. Now, first, let us look at more details with respect to the educational eligibility criteria exam pattern marking scheme for the ADTCP post. So, as far as the educational qualifications are concerned, the candidate should have a postgraduate degree in town planning or urban housing, country, rural planning, etc., or must be an associate of the Institute of Architects or possess a bachelor's degree in architecture along with an experience of not less than 3 years, or may possess a BE degree in civil or highway with an experience of not less than 2 years, or must have passed section A and B of associate member of Institution of Engineers and have an experience of not less than 2 years in town planning, or must have a Bachelor of Planning or Bachelor of Technology in Planning degree with an experience of 2 years minimum in the field of urban and regional planning in state government or other statutory bodies. As far as the exam pattern is concerned, so the syllabus can be divided into 2 parts, that is paper 1 and paper 2. So paper 1 consists of 3 parts. Part A will be conducted for the Tamil eligibility test, which would be at a SSLC standard. Part B would contain general studies, which would be of degree standard. So here all your GK based questions can be expected. Part C would consist of aptitude and mental ability, that too as well as SSLC standards. As far as paper 2 is concerned, this would contain all topics related to the technical aspect. So here there would be, the syllabus would contain about town planning at questions of town planning at PG level, questions from civil engineering at an undergraduate level, and questions from architecture also at an undergraduate level. As far as the marking scheme is concerned, so this exam is going to be computer-based test. Earlier, if we see, the previous examinations have been conducted on a OMR-based test. So from now on, as mentioned in the notification, it will be a computer-based test. So for paper 1, part A, here for the Tamil eligibility test, the candidate shall secure minimum 40% of 150 marks. That is at least 60 marks in the examination. For part A, that is when if you get minimum qualification 40% of 60 marks, then only your paper for part B and part C will be corrected or checked. So part A will have 100 questions of 150 marks. Part B and C together will have 100 questions of 150 marks each. So for the final qualification, part A would not be considered. However, here to qualify part A is important. As far as paper 2 is concerned, this would be divided into 3, that is town planning, civil engineering and architecture. Here, Town planning would have the maximum weightage, where you would have 60% weightage or 110 questions from town planning, 50 questions from civil engineering, and 40 questions from architecture. So total of 200 questions for 300 marks. The interview would consist of 60 marks. So if we see the total marking of this, that is for your qualification, marks from your part B, part C, and paper 2 along with interview will be calculated. That would add up to 510 marks. Coming to the post of assistant planner at CMDA, the eligibility criteria as per the education that is required is the candidate should possess a master's degree or a bachelor's degree in planning with minimum 2 years experience in town planning. For the pattern or the syllabus, here as well, the paper would be divided into two, that is paper 1 and 2. Paper 1 would consist of similar criteria as that for ADTCP. Part A would be of Tamil test, Part B general studies, and Part C aptitude and mental ability. And paper 2, here in assistant planner, the questions would only be of town planning from a PG standard level. For this, the marking scheme here stays similar for your paper 1 as for ADTCP, and for paper 2, for town planning, there would be a total of 200 questions, which would carry marks of or weightage of 300 marks. So similarly for your qualification or final calculation of marks, your part B, part C, and paper 2 along with interview would be calculated. For part A, here minimum you need to qualify or score 60 marks or 40% so that your part B and C would be checked. In case if a candidate does not qualify paper 1, they will not be considered for paper 2. So the last date for filling the online application form is 11th of June. The tentative dates for paper 1 and paper 2 are between 20th to 23rd July 2025. So for this, we are launching a course that begins from 21st of May. For more details, you can click on the link given in the description below. Thank you.